Starting a YouTube channel for your small business can feel extremely overwhelming. In my case, it took 10 months and about 30K for me to actually set this thing. And my first YouTube video still sucked because I spent all of my time fidgeting with cameras and lights instead of actually recording and practice. So if you want to start a YouTube channel for your business, I'll give you the simplest, easiest, cheapest possible way to do it. And even better, you can do it with one single and no frills and no complicated camera. If you don't know who I am, my name is Jordan Parker and I help creators scale their business. If that's something that you're interested in, go read my emails at Creator Income. They will help you scale your business and they're absolutely free. But you're here for the juicy stuff. You're here for your one purchase, which is this. This is the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, and this little gadget is almost everything you need. To make it completely everything you need, you actually want to get the whole thing, which is the creator combo that they offer. And I'm not saying this because DJI paid me any money to do so. I'm saying this because I helped a bunch of people start their studios, and this is the least annoying item I can offer them because it actually works and doesn't get in their way. So in this video, I'm going to cover three things. First, we'll cover why you should use the DJI Osmo Pocket to start your YouTube. Then we'll go over when you shouldn't use the DJI Osmo Pocket and should use something different instead. And finally, we'll end with a short demo in which I'm going to show you the DJI Osmo Pocket and also the mic it comes with if you get the creator kit. First, why you should use this thing. This is exceptional because, as you can see, this is tiny. It is smaller than my phone. It's thicker though, but that doesn't really matter. It can fit in your pocket, it can fit in your backpack, it can fit on a plane flight. You don't need a camera bag. This is a normal camera. Look at how big a normal camera is. This thing is massive, it requires a special backpack to carry, and it's still one of the lightest cameras you can get. But this little thing, it weighs about the same as my phone. It is tiny, it can fit in my pocket if I don't want to carry it in my bag, which is very, very, very convenient. And it can do almost everything that this thing can do. But again, it's tiny, and also it's about 5 times cheaper. This is the first big reason. This is actually portable. If you go around to conferences, if you don't have a fixed studio, if you don't have where to shoot, this solves all of that because you can shoot everywhere. And if you don't want to invest in buying video lights, which probably you shouldn't do for your very first video, but using this, you can stand next to the most well-lit window in your place and actually get the most out of sunlight. So that basically increases your hours in which you can shoot from 2-3 hours in the afternoon to basically the whole day, which can be very, very convenient. Next, this thing allows you to see yourself. When you turn it on, you can turn the gimbal to look towards you and you can see your face on the screen. The point is I can put this here and I can see myself as I am doing this, which makes it significantly more easy for me to actually do this without worrying if I'm in frame, if I'm in focus, and so on and so forth. This is fast and easy and convenient. It's not something that will require a lot of setup. You don't even need to get a stand for it because it comes with a teeny tiny stand, which again won't serve as something to put on the floor, but you can put it on your desk and you're off running. The next reason why this is awesome is it works really well for short form video. I'm moving it around me and the camera head is tracking me. It has a gimbal built in. You don't need a separate gimbal. A camera gimbal is one, expensive, and two, huge. It's almost bigger than your camera and it requires a lot of fidgeting around and so on. This just works. You just use it, you tap the screen and suddenly it's tracking you. If you don't want it tracking you, you tap the screen again and it's not tracking you. It simply cannot get any easier than that. And when it comes to recording short form videos, this makes life significantly easier because with a phone you actually have to keep yourself in frame, you have to follow your face and you can't see yourself. This solves all of that. Now, what about long form videos? For long form videos, you do the easiest thing possible. You take your finger, it's a very complicated procedure, and you press it here. And suddenly this is recording in landscape and you can record long form videos. You just put it somewhere and you start talking to the camera. Next, you want to get the actual creator kit. The creator kit has a couple of things that can make your life significantly easier. First of all, it includes a protective case and a pair of lenses. You frankly don't really care about those, but if you're worried that it can break, you can just shove it in that thing and whatever. I don't even have it around me, I'm not even sure where it is. But more importantly, it has a couple of very useful goodies. It has an extended battery. This one is important not necessarily because you need more battery. I have never drained this thing completely, even if I filmed very actively. Probably if you were filming a whole day of vlogging or something, if you're that kind of a creator, sure, but for my use case, I film for 2 hours at most. This can last 2 hours, no problem. But what this is important for, it has a thread underneath, so you can actually put a stand and actually get the Osmo Pocket on top of a stand and on top of other standard camera gear. So I can put this here and I can slam this thing in and suddenly this thing is on a very sturdy stand and it can sit down on my desk and it can do whatever. But if you just want to use the stand or you want to plug your camera in your computer, because this is a very functional webcam as I'm going to show you at the end, you use this thing. It's a piece of plastic that does exactly the same thing, but it has a lot less of the bulk and it moves the USB port to the back, which is very, very important if you want to put the camera on a stand and plug it in your computer. And probably the best part of this, the camera comes with a DJI mic. Those things are exceptional. There are two brands of microphones that I use. One is this one and the other one is the mic that came with my DJI Osmo Pocket. So this thing is amazing because one, it can connect to your phone. Two, you cannot clip your audio. If you speak too loudly in a microphone, it messes everything up and it doesn't work. This thing doesn't do that, which is amazing. And three, it's pre-connected to your camera. So you just turn the camera on, you turn the mic on and they work. So no frills, no nothing. Very easy, very convenient, exceptionally usable because you can spend 20 minutes of your day and actually have a video going instead of spending 3 hours fidgeting with random stuff, prepping up a studio and all of that jazz, which is something that I don't necessarily like. Now I'm gonna show you how this works, but before we do that, I wanna speak about when you don't want something like it. The best and biggest reason to not get a camera like this is the lens. Because in some cases you want your lens to cover more space, which here you don't really control. You have one lens and that's it. There is a small adapter that slightly tweaks them, but it's nothing noticeable. But in some cases you want your lens to cover even more space. For that you need the big ones, which sucks, but it is what it is. And in other cases, like my case, you want a lot of background blur. This is going to give you natural, real background blur, way better than your phones, but it's not going to work in a very short distance and it's not going to be as dense. This thing is so close to me that no lens can actually blur it out unless they cost like $500 and they're about this big. And finally, if you want to look as pretty as humanly possible, interview cameras usually have longer lens. So go to a photo store and ask them about that. But the point is your lens can make you look slimmer and hotter. This is not going to do that. So if you're in one of those three categories, you want more stuff to be showing, you want yourself to look even hotter, or if you have a tiny space and you want a lot of background blur, then you shouldn't get this. This is not going to work for you. You need a more complicated setup. That sucks. But if you are in that category, then this thing is perfect and I'm going to show you exactly how it looks so you can make an informed choice of whether or not this is the one for you. But from every part of my client work, this has been the easiest way for people to start their channels, so heavily recommend it. And this is how the Osmo Pocket looks. You can see that the colors are a little bit different, but this is nothing that you can't fix in post-production. To show you the full capabilities, I'll turn on the face tracking and talk about creator income. So if you're a content creator and you're wondering, hey, how can I scale my business? I might have the solution for you. I have been working with creators with 100 times bigger audience than mine, and I have managed to help each and every one of them scale their business and make more money. If that's something that's interesting to you, then you should join Creator Income from the link below. And even from my free emails, you're going to learn so much about business that you'll be practically guaranteed you'll make more money. So what are you waiting for? Join from the link below. It is amazing. It is awesome. And that's all I can think of saying about Creator Income. So hopefully that's a good enough demo for you. Cheers.